What up, guys? Your boy T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? We are here live, guys. First time checking me out, please hit the subscribe button, like button, and sharing, guys. Wow, were you surprised? David Haye versus Tony Bellew. I'm sorry, correction. Tony Bellew versus David Haye. Two guys. I tell you this. People ask me for a prediction. I'm like, I can't really call it. I did say this, like, listen, it's really up to David Haye, what he's going to do to win this fight. I think Tony Bellew already know what to do, but I said with David Haye, he needs to do a lot of things like use his jab and cut the ring off and different things to win this fight. If he does not make those adjustments, guys, I didn't see him winning. But still, I did not see or predict what just happened. Guys, it's T-Dub. What's blazing in sports? Let me double check, make sure it is showing okay. And it's not too bad. So guys, here we are live. Tony Bellew stopped David Haye, guys, and let's get to it. I got the call-in number. It is open right now, guys. 314-884-1013. Give me a call, guys. Let me know what do you think about this fight. Who did you bet on to win in the beginning, guys? Listen, hear me out clear. And who did you thought did that person win at the end? And if it was different, guys, own up to it, okay? If you was going for David Haye, you thought he was going to win and he lost, just admit it. Hey, I was going for Haye, but man, Tony Bellew was the better man. Guys, so let's get down to the breakdown of this fight, guys. David Haye came out in round one, guys. Actually did not look bad at all, man. He was using the jab a little bit. The one thing I noticed from round one is that David Haye did not cut off the ring. But to be honest, I gave him round one. And the thing is, every time it looked like David Haye may have let loose a combination and maybe landed a punch or two, they both would kind of stop and acknowledge it. Like David Haye throw a 1, 2, 3, 4 combination, and he'd do this right here. In the second round, guys, pretty much the same thing. In the second round, I thought David Haye looked okay. Tony Bellew was definitely setting traps. David Haye, once again, man, just not cut off the ring. And the third round, oh, golly, what you got in the bag? I forgot his name for a minute, guys. Tony Bellew, man, just started timing him perfectly. And the first shot he caught him with in the third round, I didn't even know he really caught him because I guess I was looking down eating a snack, and I'm like, well, it didn't look like he was hit, but I see David Haye skirmishing away, and I see Tony Bellew trying to turn up the heat on him like it's cold outside, and he knocked him down, guys. I was surprised. I'm like, it's just a flash knockdown. You see David Haye stand down for a little while. Then David Haye gets up. He beats the count. And again, the fight continues, right? You see David Haye, he's trying to throw these bombs and not connecting, man. That's the thing about it. David Haye, even though he's more patient this time around, he was still missing a lot of shots, guys. And to me, the reason he was missing a lot of shots was he didn't step in with the shots. He threw a lot of punches flat-footed. So if Tony Bellew was 2 feet away, he wouldn't even step in a couple steps to reach him with those jabs, or 2 or 3 jabs, stepping with each jab. He wouldn't do that. He was just throwing it right there and throwing his 1-2 and just basically kind of doing what he did the first time to allow him to miss, but would allow Tony Bellew to be able to counter him, and that's what happened, guys. Remember, if you want to call your boy 314-884-1013, give me your take on this fight, guys. Maybe you got something different than I do, but this is live right now. T-Dub was blazing the sports, guys, and we're getting it. All right, so third round, guys, he get knocked down the second time right at the bell, man, and you can see him down there. You really don't know if he's going to beat it. If you are a David Haye fan, as he's down for the second time in the third round, you're like, man, come on, stand up. You're going to have a minute break, so you kind of pulling for him. And in this fight right here, I knew, to me, things were stacked against David Haye, but, because I come to like David Haye, I wanted to see David Haye win, but I could not predict the victory for David Haye because Tony Bellew was the better boxer. Even when it came in, guys, not sure if you've seen my video, but when I was talking about the public workout, I said, man, I don't see much difference in David Haye. Still flat-footed, still jabbing with his hands down. I don't see a lot of difference. But when you talk about You know, Tony Bellew, I said, man, Tony like the better boxer. Go back and check the videos, guys. I kept the file. All my videos right now are still free on demand. So subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, guys. And if you do want to donate to the site to help it grow, I want to get a new camera, guys. And I want to get a new laptop so I can do better production for you guys. Check the description and you can donate to me per PayPal. And I also got a GoFundMe up. Check it out. All right. So, guys, let's get back to this right here, right? So, as Tony Bellew leveled David Haye again in the third round at the bell rings. And I'm like, if you're a David Haye fan, you're like, oh, my gosh, get up. This could be it. He's not going to last, right? But you're thinking that there's a minute left in the fight. So if he can get this break and get his wits together, I mean, golly, look at, oh, man, the Bronze Bomber, when Luis Ortiz had him faded in the 5th round. Like, man, if Deontay Wilder can survive that onslaught and recover himself in a minute, you as a David Haye fan, you're thinking, man, David Haye can just, you know, if he can just get that break, he can come out, you know, in the 4th round and maybe turn the things around. So he beats the count. You can tell he was on shaky legs. He gassed up. He's wobbling, his hands all over the ropes, guys. And he goes back to the corner. You're thinking, like, man, you know, what's going to come out in the 4th round? 4th round comes out, you know, and David looks like he's actually still faded. He doesn't look 100% there, but he's trying to play poker right now. He's trying to bluff that he's not hurt. He's trying to bluff like he's not tired, but you can tell that David Haye mentally was like, what the fuck? This guy, he hits a lot harder than I thought. He is outboxing me. He's catching me with shots that I don't see. Guys, listen, stay here, guys. We're going to get into it. Post-fight interview about Anthony Joshua. They were asking about Deontay Wilder. Stay here. We're going to get into that. But let me get through the fight first. Post-fight, who do Tony Bellew want to fight next? Guys, listen, I got that. I waited patiently for this fight to end. I waited patiently for all the interviews to be done. And now we are here live, guys. So let's get to it. 4th round, David Haye's come out. He's a little bit sluggish, guys. He's trying to use his jab. He's trying to throw power shots. He's missing. The only thing at this point in the 4th round, even the 5th round that David Haye was trying to do is just land a huge overhand right, guys. It wasn't even a straight right hand. It was one of those just hoping to God, like, give me better odds than flipping a quarter, you know, that I can land this shot against him. And man, to be honest, he was just so smooth. He was just so calculated, talking about Tony Bellew, that he wasn't going to allow this to happen. Tony Bellew knew from the 3rd round that this was his fight, and he pressured the action. And a lot of times when he let his hands go, they look very good. Really good combination, really good speed, man. Nothing but props for Tony Bellew. He came out of this fight, guys, and he raised his stock. No lie. So the 5th round, as I go from the 4th to the 5th, guys, pretty much the same things, but these guys get caught in a wild exchange, guys. I'm talking about straight out there with the Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Ooh my! It was a wild exchange, throwing big punches, and the guy that was countering, the guy with the timing, the guy with the speed was Tony Bellew, and Tony Bellew caught David Haye with a nice counter left hook. Man, what's up, Ryan G? Tony, let me update you right now, Ryan G, as I'm digging into it right now, Ryan G. We are in the 5th round. We're in the 5th round. They're in a wild exchange. Tony Bellew was winning the fight to this point. Tony Bellew has dropped David Haye 2 times in the 3rd round. In the 5th round, David Haye throws a right hands and miss. Tony Bellew countered with a left hook. Whoa! Catches David Haye, make a whip, a haymaker hook that set David Haye down for the 3rd time, right? So you're like, oh man, you know, like, he just can't withstand the power. You hear the broadcasting, you hear Paulie and all the other people saying that he's getting old. There's something wrong with his right ankle, and he beats the count. And it kind of looked like this may have been something wrong with his right ankle. Guys, remember, stay right here. I'm going to tell you all about the post-fight interview. Remind me, if I don't tell you about Tony Bellew, you know what? Remind me about Tony Bellew rib. Remind me about his rib, guys, if I don't mention it. So, David Haye beats the count, man, but it's just too much time on the clock, right? And Tony Bellew is pouring him on it, guys, like it's storming rain outside. He's bringing everything, guys. He's hitting with everything, guys, including the kitchen sink with the water still running. bow, crushing him on, just beating him with everything, guys. And the referee, as you see right here in this picture right here, David Haye was still on his feet, man. But listen, the ref has seen enough, man. You're talking about 3 knockdowns, 2 in the 3rd round, 1 in the 5th round. Now remember, the first 2 rounds, David Haye looked pretty good. Remember, guys, if you're inside the States, you can call in. If you're outside the States, in the UK, if you want to call, not sure how you do it, 314-884-1013. If you want to talk and get details, one-on-one personal with T-Dub with plays in the sports, you can do that. So, Ryan, Tony Bellew stops. I actually have it in the title as well. Tony Bellew stops David Haye in the 5th round. TKO stoppage. Now let's get to it. He wins the post-fight interview. The second most important thing to this fight, the post-fight interview. And they talk to Tony Bellew first. And you get a different Tony for the most part than the lead-up Tony. The lead-up Tony to this second fight was a verbal bully, a verbal assassin. He was going after David Haye. Just talking about how he's going to beat him, and I already beat you. It's already won. I'm going to destroy you. There will not be a rematch. There will not be a 3rd fight, guys. And he's humbled. Not humble, but he's very humble in his interview. And he's talking about, he get emotional about his brother passing. And that's the thing he thought about. And he cried every night, because of the loss of his brother. And he still gave props to David Haye. Said David Haye was a hell of a fighter. He still will go down better than him, but style makes fights. He said because David Haye's style, he needs speed. He needs his reflexes. Yes, he got power, and power is one of the last things that make go. But when you look at things like that, you need speed. You need your reflexes. Once those things go, and those are the things that made you what you are, you tend to go downhill. And I'm going to talk about, I'm going to let you know who this reminds me of. This is a guy that can arguably go down as one of the best to ever do it. Roy Jones Jr. When Roy Jones Jr. in his prime, there was no one in his prime that can fuck with Roy Jones Jr. His speed, being athletic, his time, his combination, all of that was amazing. And the moment he couldn't start timing shots, the moment he started getting hit more and more, and the moment his speed went down, he started getting knockouts. He getting hit. He getting touched up. To now, it's the Roy you see today, close to 50 years old, and just looking like a shell of himself. And that could be what's happening to David Haye. Our Red Sox fan is in the house. What up, our Red Sox fan? He said hello, T-Dub, and the chat, guys. We got 9 people watching. We're just giving a breakdown of the fight, guys. Check out our Red Sox fan. The guy is so entertaining when it comes to the sports world, especially when calling games, preferably baseball and boxing, different things like that. Check him out. So, Al, this was a fight that I really didn't know how it was going to go. Catch you up, and we're going to call this 20 seconds or less. First 2 rounds, David Haye was looking all right. Missing still big shots, but using that jab a lot more. Still looking flat-footed and not stepping with his shots and not cutting off the ring. And then we get to the 3rd round. 2 knocked down by Tony Bellew. 1 at the end of the bell, which means David was saved by the bell. And I'm not talking about Screech, Zach, and Lisa and the gang. He was saved by the bell in the 3rd round. Goes to the 4th round. It didn't look too bad. But he was still... looked like, Tony was the better man. Then the 5th round. Westside, what's going on? Damn, Tony is a beast. What's up, my brother? You know me, man. Just calling these fights, doing this post-fight recap, guys. And I'm going to get right to the post-fight interview. And remember, I am doing the Triple G fight tonight. Subscribe, like, share, hit the notification button, guys, because when I go live, I'm live. All right, so the post-fight interview, guys. Tony Bellew is talking about his brother, right? Brings you in there. He's talking very humble. He's not really as cocky leading up to the fight. He gave a lot of props to David Haye for the talent that he will go down as a better fighter than him. And they asked him who he wants to fight next. Here we go. And our Red Sox fan, I'm going to talk about that right now. Our Red Sox fan said, what do you think about Bellew calling out Ward? Tony Bellew called out Andre Ward. At first he says, I don't know what's next for me. Eddie, you don't remember the plans. What's next for me? What's next for me, Eddie? What's next? Eddie didn't say nothing. So it goes back to Tony. I don't know. Andre Ward. Woo! Now listen, guys. Some of you guys remember I've done some videos. So as you see, I'm only around 443, 444 subscribers. So guys, listen. I done videos on this. Check my archives. I done videos about Andre Ward versus Tony Bellew. I done some on that. And even before, no, I think before Andre Ward retired, maybe shortly after Andre Ward retired, he was talking about possibly going to heavyweight. And there were talks with Tony Bellew facing Andre Ward. Then, guys, I really believe this fight has been talked about behind the scenes a lot, guys. Your boy T-Dub done a video on that. Westside says Ward would toy with him. You know what? I think it'd be a pretty tough fight, man. I think because of his size and he is skilled, he's pretty fast. I don't think Ward would toy. You know, Ward is definitely a fighter that take away your strengths. This would be a good fight. You know, if Ward win this, it'd be, to me, a second half push. The first half would definitely be a skill on skill contest. If Ward wins, it'd be a second half push. That's just me thinking about it. But so Ward versus Tony Bellew. It's a good marketing fight. They were supposed to fight in Creed. In Creed, they were supposed to fight before something happened to Andre Ward's character. And Tony Bellew fought Creed in his place. They were supposed to fight on screen. Then they talked about fighting in real life. And now, after pulling off this big victory, this victory that says there is no doubt I'm better than David Haye, where his stock has went up, people are buying in on right now on Tony Bellew. Our Red Sox fans said Bellew might be too big. Bellew is definitely big, which is why I'm saying this is not an easy fight. It's not an easy fight for Ward. It'd be if Ward pulls up the victory, it'd be some later down the line trying to break him down. It won't be an easy fight. He's a big boy. And the thing about Tony Bellew, man, he doesn't look like a fighter. He's built like a 10-year-old kid that eats cake all day. But the guy can fight. It looks like he doesn't really run. He doesn't do stairs. He spars a lot, maybe. But he's built like a 10-year-old boy with a shirt off. He does. And but he can fight. So back to our Red Sox fan boxing. And he said, is that Ward plays? He said Bellew is too big. Bellew is definitely. See, Bellew is becoming a better fighter than me as well. But Ward, even though he's retired, Ward is training. Don't get it twisted, guys. These are not braids or dreadlocks. Don't get it twisted. Andre Ward is training right now for something special. So I think if they can come into a common weight, it might not be heavyweight. It might be cruiserweight, because there's not a lot of people that Tony Bellew can fight at heavyweight. He does not want to fight Dylan White. He does not want to fight Anthony Joshua because they're friends. And he admitted there's no way on this green God-given earth that he will fight Deontay Wilder. That's admitted. So since that's admitted, he really doesn't need to belong in the heavyweight. He needs to go down to cruiserweight. So, and maybe fight for a title, fight Andre Ward. Now listen, they fought at cruiserweight. If he made the weight and Andre Ward made it, it's a good money fight. It is a good money fight. It will sell. It will. And the one thing that can actually help this fight out a lot, if they fucking was coming out with a Creed 2. If they was coming out with a Creed 2 and had Andre Ward with his character was back in there and Tony Carey back in there, and they set up this fight, that would be huge. So, before I get off topic, guys, I promise you something special. I promise you something special. I got to one thing. Tony Bellew called on Andre Ward. And the second thing was one of Tony Bellew's sparring partner revealed that Tony Bellew actually had a hurt rib for this fight. And he didn't complain. He didn't mention it. And even when the sparring partner mentioned it, Tony Bellew tried to hush him up. He don't want to use no kind of injury. But guys, to be honest, a lot of these fighters come in the ring with some type of injury. When I played football, even when I fought my last fight, I fought back in 2015, I had a very strained rotator cuff and fought that fight. And by the end of that fight, guys, It was a torn rotator cuff, and I was done for a year. But listen, the thing is, it shows people have injuries, knee twisted, ankles, things happen. They interviewed AJ. This is it, guys. Listen to me. They interviewed Anthony Joshua about Deontay Wilder. Woo! This is the hot news right now. They asked Anthony Joshua about facing Deontay Wilder. And he said there's a 95% chance it happens at the end of this year. Which you can take two things. If it's a 95% chance at the end of this year, is Anthony Joshua telling us that we're going to fight a mandatory this summer, and then, or early fall, and then we're going to fight Deontay Wilder by the end of the year. So you could look at it that way, but and he also said that it's not about money. We know it's going to make a lot of money. We know about the money's going to be there. But I fought for this fight to be in the UK, and they want the fight to be in the US. And I understand they put up all this money, but putting up all this money don't mean you get to control everything. So, like from his mouth, it's 95%. We hear from Eddie Hearn, guys, a couple of days ago, 2 or 3 days ago. Eddie Hearn said it was a 70% chance. You're hearing from Joshua, who is admitting that there is money there. And Joshua's saying there's 95% chance it happens. If that 5% chance conquers that 95% chance, somebody needs to be hollered at, screamed at, like, what the F are you doing? The fans need this. So, I think I touched back on everything, guys. Again, I'm going to lead I'll talk for another 2 minutes, just in case any of you guys want to call in and talk about this fight if you've seen it. 314-884-1013. If you want to talk about Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, you can call it as well, guys. I am going to go live. I want to do a live commentary for the Triple G fight. If I don't get the live, then I will definitely do a post fight. But guys, remember, you call in now if you want to donate to the show. I want to get a new camera and a new laptop so I can do a lot more better things with it. You can do my PayPal link in the description. Nothing too little, damn show, nothing too big. And I actually started a GoFundMe, guys. So please help contribute to the channel. I appreciate it. So our Red Sox fan said, Justified just won the Derby. Yes, good job. Westside, Bellew versus Wilder. Listen, Westside, Bellew versus Wilder. Never going to happen. Tony Bellew said he doesn't want any smoke. He don't care if it's Newports, Cool 100s, Camels. He don't want any smoke with Wilder. He said once Wilder gave him a hug and he put his hands all the way around his body and tickled his own face, he knew from that point on he would never face Deontay Wilder, and he does not hide it. So listen, I respect him from admitting, like, damn, I'm not even pretending like I want to fight that guy, because Tony Bellew got skills, but if Wilder connects, he knows what's going to happen. So I'm not even finna dig that much. Once a man reach out and say something like that, I'm not even going to dig too much into it. So, well, guys, I think that's it. We didn't get any live calls. Maybe next time. But this is your boy T-Dub. What's blazing the sports, guys? Remember, we are here live. Our Red Sox fans say, take care, everyone. God bless. Great job, T-Dub. And God bless you, our Red Sox fan. Remember, guys, check out our Red Sox fan. Does a hell of a job. Draws you into the game. Multiple different games, guys. Check him for commentary and get the live feed. T-Dub was blazing the sports, making it do what it do better yet. Woo! What it